Hey guys, how are you this Monday afternoon? Today we're going to be working on packet 3, and the letter of the week is Q. And Q says qua, qua, qua. Our friend is Quentin Quayle. Some of our sight words are queen, quack, quarter, quick, quilt, and quiet. If you want to get a paper and pencil or your dry erase board and a marker, we will work on writing our letter Q. So our Q, uppercase, lowercase, they look different this time. Not like last week, the Z's looked the same, they were just smaller. So let's work on uppercase Q. We're gonna start, and parents, feel free to pause the video to go grab materials, okay? We're going to start with a circle. The top, make your circle. And then Q has a little leg that he kicks out. Capital Q. Just like that. Now lowercase q looks like a backwards P. And Miss April doesn't make her Q like that. I put a little hook on the end and I'll show you. So we're going to do a circle again. And this time we're going to come down straight. Now you can leave it like that, but Miss April puts a little hook for lowercase q. And remember, Q says qua, qua, quiet. All right, you practice your Q's. I know I put some tracing sheets in there for you. Before we left for spring break, our number of the week was 20. You see my Pete, the cat friend up here, he's holding up our 20 buttons. So 22 and a 0, you can practice writing that too. We can actually do that right now. So when we make our 2's, I know some of us were making them look like Z's. Now remember, if you make your candy cane first and then add a straight line back, it doesn't look like a Z, does it? And then just add your 0. We all know how to make a 0. And some of us, we do the candy cane with a loop and a 0, and that's fine. So you can practice your Q's and your 20's this week. All right. Today is Monday. We're in the month of April. The letter of the week is Q, 20. So we did all that. Now let's talk about what we learned a little bit about spring last week when we read Pete the Cat. We learned that butterflies start out as caterpillars, and they went through 3 different stages. They started out as caterpillars, then they went into their pupa, and then they emerged beautiful butterflies, right? So let's talk about that. We're going to talk about a life cycle. We're going to talk about parts of a plant and what a plant needs. So plants don't just start off, and flowers don't just start off, boom, they're there out of the ground. They have to go through a cycle, and they have to grow from one thing into a bunch of different things before they turn into that plant. So if you can see this little picture on my phone here, can you see it? We start off first with a seed. That's the first thing we start off with, and we plant that into the ground. And that seed starts to sprout little roots at the bottom. That's his sprout. Yes. Then up from the ground, we'll start to see little leaves, and that's a seedling. In a little bit more time, he will turn into the plant he's supposed to be. So that is our life cycle. Seed, sprout, seedling, and then plant. Okay? And I think you have a worksheet in that packet this week that you have to put those in order. So let's talk about parts of a plant. The first thing we do when we plant a plant or a flower, we have a seed, right? We just talked about that, a little seed. And the seed is planted down here in the ground. That seed will start to grow roots. That's what keeps them in the ground and safe. And those roots will soak up all of the water when it rains, and that's how they get their food to grow. After the seed starts to grow a little bit, you'll see a little bit sticking up out of the ground. This is his stem. The stem is what carries all of the water up to the petals. Once he starts to grow a little bit of a stem, he'll grow little leaves. And the leaves soak in the air and the light to make food for the plant. So all this comes up here, and then we get petals. Petals are the flower. They attract the animals that will pollinate the flower. So when you see bees on a flower, they're taking all of that stuff inside of that good flower and taking it to the next flower, and they just keep going and going. And then the seeds inside of a flower is what helps make more flowers. So you know when you pick up like the fluff, what is that flower called?
Dandelion?
The dandelion, or you blow it and then it goes everywhere. Those are actually seed pods, and when you blow it, wherever it lands, that's the next year's flower is going to be in that spot. So that's kind of cool. So if you see a dandelion, go outside and blow on it for me today, okay? All right. One more thing really quick. Plants need, have, and give. You see it? Okay. Plants have seeds, roots, leaves, stems, and flowers or petals, and the same thing we just talked about right there. The plants need water, soil, and sun. Just like you need water and food to grow and live, they need that also. And then once they grow, they give us fruit, vegetables, seeds, and oxygen and air. And we talked about fruits and vegetables before we left for spring break. And do you remember where the fruits grow and where the vegetables grow? I bet you do. Okay. If you remember, that's great. Tell your mom and dad if you remember. Okay, guys, I know that was fast. Like I said before, parents, the longer the video, the longer it takes to upload onto YouTube. So feel free for you guys, if you need to pause the video for them to cut and paste the life cycle, that's fine. Same thing with the parts of the flower. I think all they're doing is tracing the words. I think the words are already there. But thank you for sending me videos and pictures of you guys. I love seeing them. I'm so proud of you. I miss you like crazy. And I'm going to actually upload another video today of reading the tiny seed, since we're talking about plants and flowers, okay? So look for this video. I'm going to do it today. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next video on Wednesday, okay? I love you. Have a good day. Bye.